Ladies and gentlemen, get some hype for Philian.
And they're
here
off.
we go. And wow, route divergence already. Alright, Shield and Link's house. And we got River Drop saying. Just a slight pause to sing here.
Oh, that's what's going on, yes.
Yeah. And now going to find what is actually in the sanctuary. And we've got the forest drop. So we'll be taking a peek at what's there. Just $20.
I don't think he'll be back here.
No, not at all. So this isn't a bad spot to have Sanctuary pop out at. You really don't lose a lot of time compared to the dreaded Secret Passage Sanctuary.
Yeah, you can still get back to the village pretty quickly that way. I think it works well.
Yeah. Ooh, bombs off of the beetle drop. That's great.
That's very friendly for them.
Yeah.
I wish I saw that more.
Definitely. And Cryuji, actually they do. The drop entrances are all linked here. And now, was that a vanilla lumberjack with the heart piece?
Yeah.
So vanilla lumberjack, I think.
Very vanilla. That'll take a load off their minds.
Yeah.
So yeah, the lumberjack, that lumberjack drop might not always lead to the lumberjack cave, but it will always have that same exit right behind that house. So
Correct.
We still know where they're going in and out for the most part.
Just some bombs there in the mushroom spot. We'll probably see Flexi grab if she hadn't bothered to tease the beetles.
Yeah, getting that many bombs right at the start is quite a boost for Freddeh. And 3 bombs helps Flexi, but it doesn't help necessarily enough.
Yeah, by the time she gets through Kakariko, she may be out of them depending on what she finds there.
Absolutely.
They do make a great weapon as well, and so she might use them by the time she gets there, depending on how the enemy RNG goes.
Yeah. Now, they also both picked up a blue bottle, which will be nice if they ever find Sick Kid.
Yeah, if they ever find him. Oh, and great rupee farming spot in a very easy to get to location.
Oh, he'll probably do a few laps on this.
Yeah, at least one more to get up to the bottle vendor price, but while you're here, why not just pump it to a good 250 or even the full 5 or 6?
Yeah, I expect they'll be buying bombs at least once throughout this mission, so... Or this seed, rather.
Right.
I mean, it is a mission. It's a mission to kill Ganon, but we should call them seeds. So I think Freddie's happy with how much he has, as is Flexi.
Indeed.
So that cave that they're finding in the top right, that's just a Death Mountain two-way cave that doesn't go anywhere? Is that right?
I think so. It's a fairy fountain, I want to say, that you can drop into if you go off the one arm.
That's right. And we did find Ganon hiding in the well. So everyone take note of that. You'll need to know it 2 hours from now.
Oh, what was Bottle Bender just there?
I missed.
Yeah.
Just a piece of heart.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Potion shop right in town. That's going to be huge. Flexi taking the
oh no
dangerous way into Ganon. Well, she sure won't forget.
No, that makes it a bit more memorable.
He does give you the pleasant reminder that you cannot defeat him. Speaking of once they get the hammer, they'll be back. Or if they end up in the awful situation of needing to mirror from that side of the house.
Oh, that puts a wrench into your routing. But it looks like Flexi has found both the glove and the pearl.
Wow.
So I think your name's Dark Beef, who hasn't seen Randomizer before. Entrance Shuffle involves all the doors being in different places, but any caves or rooms that have two entrances are still going to be linked to each other. So that's why when they see Ganon at the well, they know the other well entrance is still going to go to Ganon. Yes, I'm calling out to you in chat. Welcome.
Yeah, and the escape then, of course, being on the back half of the sank by the river. And Smith's found at Chicken House. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a few fetch quest locations now that they know of.
Yeah, and that's real nice that they're all just in town. That's right, Kapow, we are running simple mode.
Simple mode meaning a dungeon is still going to have a dungeon, so at the very least they can be certain of that.
The Chicken House still mostly near town. But nothing for it.
No, as we see them kind of finish up Kakariko, they haven't come out with very much at all.
Nah, so far the real treasure has been in the two spawn locations.
Yeah, that's where the shovel, the glove, and the pearl all came through.
The shovel.
Not the shovel, the shield, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, that's all right. I've been a little bit spaced at the beginning of this, and so I was just wondering if I missed it.
No, I think if they had the shovel, we'd be more excited about that right now. But
I think so. Hoping for a vanilla flute.
Oh, that would be a godsend at this early point in the race.
Yeah.
Oh, and Flexi's out of bombs.
Yeah,
so
I was going to say.
Finish off the chicken hut. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Especially because that'll be a lot of digging to come up with nothing.
Right. Oh, there you go. At least she'll get it out of the way now and not end up either feeling, oh no, she forgot it later to miss something. But
yeah, those single locations, even if you know about them, they just sit in the back of your mind bugging you as you're trying to do the rest of the game.
Definitely.
Oh, so Freddy's found the King's Tomb.
Right, and that's in the Swamp Fairy Cave. And he gets a sort of vanilla cape. Right through a different exit.
Not entirely supposed to be there.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah. That does enable him to get to a couple of key places. One of them, I think, maybe requiring him to have a bit more life.
Which place would that be? That you're
Spike Cave.
Oh, yeah, they'll need a lot more health if they're going to take on the Spike Cave.
Oh, and of course he needs the hammer. I always forget that until I get there myself.
Yeah.
And then the Mimic Cave was at the Lakeside Fortune Teller, so that's a good one to remember.
Yeah, another spot where they're going to need the hammer.
got hype. And blue mail. All right.
Okay.
Oh, wow. This this seed is getting, well, off and running, I should say.
Yes, that's what he's gonna be doing now. So my understanding is if you get the boots at this point in the race, it's about 5 minutes faster than if you walked everywhere else. So that's not a huge lead, but if Flexi takes a while to get over there, that could be a minute or so lost.
Definitely, and then we'll see if they end up being required for anything, if there's bonk torches at all, or well, we know the lumberjack is completely vanilla, so that won't matter so much.
No, but the torches in Ganon's Tower and the Desert Palace.
Yeah, and then perhaps the bonk rocks too.
Oh yes, of course, and that's right. In Infant Shuffle, there are 3 of those, not just 1.
Right, and then if you count the King's Tomb in there too.
That's right.
Overworld location, yeah. But of course, they're going to need a mirror or like. Well, Moon Pearl is accessible anyway, but they need Mirror Pearl or Mitts. Or Mirror and Pearl, but anyway. Getting our first dungeon check.
So they don't start with a sword. That's right, Dark Beef. They don't start with a sword in this mode. Oh my gosh! Oh no!
Hook shot on bonk? Nah, vanilla key.
Just a small key.
Yeah.
So that's an exciting find.
Oh, definitely.
And I think Fred is going to, oh yeah, just grab a key and head out.
They can't make it to the tile room because they have not got the cane.
That's right. There are 2 more chests Freddie can
chests
check.
1 and 2 though. Just $5 and a plate of nachos.
Yeah. But to answer Dark Beef's question, before we got surprised, that's right, they don't start with a sword, and so one of the first things they're hoping to do is find a sword somewhere.
Yeah.
But that's why they're loading up on bombs, and why something like the hookshot of the bow is so great at the start is if they don't have that sword, they can at least fight some stuff.
Freddie getting to his gloves and his Moon Pearl, and he's got to be pretty happy about that. I imagine he's going to go make a castle check now.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Or actually, maybe even, well, no, the Sanctuary would have been the better spot to go for Death Mountain, so.
Yeah, if he was going up Death Mountain. But, there's a
pair
of set of bonk rocks here.
Yeah. And good on him. He's going to have to do some clever bombing.
Looks like Flexi's just picked up the cape as well.
Very nice.
Yeah, 6 bombs to try to do this cave is very doable, but is cutting it close.
Go. And oh wow.
Oh no.
That is that's just the worst.
That's too bad. That is 6 bombs lost and no actual progress on that room beyond knowing where it is.
As soon as he gets back, he'll have to
I expect Freddeh will be back there just as soon as he loads up on some more bombs. And Freddeh does know where that bug that's spewing out bombs will be.
Indeed.
Looks like Flexi's going a different way and circling around East Lake Hylia.
Yeah, heading over to the mall.
3 entrances here. If Entrance Shuffle is hurting your brain, then it's doing its job, and I hope you enjoy it. Chat, if you do have questions about how it actually works, throw them out here. In between Epi and I, we can usually give you some approximation of an answer.
Yeah, and if we get it wrong, we've got a lot of wise and experienced runners and tournament participants in the chat too, who will be sure to set us straight on it.
The people who are actually doing these races instead of just talking about them.
Freddie finding the spiral cave. And some more bombs.
More bombs, because he wasn't maxed already.
All the BAMs.
But this will get him up Death Mountain, and now he can do some exploring.
Yeah. Running around in the dark. These are especially hard with no sword, which is often the go-to. You do your little charge-up attack, you get a twinkle on the end of the sword and follow that around, but
yeah, that's how I keep track of myself.
Yeah, Freddie being much more clever than I ever could be.
So, I expect maybe he's not in the old man cave. No, he was not.
Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
My goodness.
Wow. And coming out on a great spot for it, too. Nice easy drop in, and we get the wall clip from the old man.
That went very well for him.
Yeah,
I think we couldn't hear it, but when he jumped over the ledge at the start of the room, that probably clued him into what room he was in.
Ah. That was quite the feat.
Now, didn't really help, but it cleared the room, and everything that you clear is at least one less thing to check.
Indeed.
So Death Mountain is where Entrance Shuffle gets very tricky, because there's all these caves with 2 or 3 doorways, and they all connect to each other, but they can drop you out on the other side of the mountain. So Freddie's probably taking some strong notes right here.
Just 10 arrows in for the Spectacle Rock. But we do get an extra exit out of this, too.
That's right. Who knows where this will dump him.
Yeah. Flexi taking the death in Ganon's Tower. Not sure if that was intentional, but I would guess.
Did Flexi check the right side of Death Mountain or Ganon's Tower there?
I'm not sure.
I mean, there's nothing important in those 2 checks.
Right. And Freddie having to muscle through the Moldorms, but he has found a great spot to be.
Yes. Yeah, chat saying Flexi didn't check that chest, or those 2 chests, but she's not going to miss anything from there.
Oh, and he had access to this a little sooner than he would have guessed. That middle entrance was the vanilla, step onto Death Mountain.
I mean, this cave makes no sense in vanilla. Right. It's even worse in Entrance Shuffle.
But we got Red Ring. Oh, very nice. Hook shot. And a timely heart upgrade.
Yeah. Perfect timing for both of those things. So it looks like
he had found the hookshot cave, too, as Amp just points out.
Yeah. So that could go well for him. Looks like Flexi's also going to head up.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh, man.
That's torture. Knowing it's there.
The flute is on the Death Mountain Island. I can't think of a race I've seen in this tournament where there's been something that tantalizing there. Like, it's usually nothing in particular, and maybe once or twice something good, but that's like, oh, is Meyer going to be required? I might need to really figure that out.
Yeah. Right, so here's Hookshot Cave. Freddie only saw the back of it before, but...
I'm surprised he didn't take the situational bonk. As it was so eloquently coined by somebody. Ah, jeez, he's getting a little antsy. While Flexi goes for the same dark cave?
I think so.
The bow! Oh no. But then I guess it might be quicker from that side anyway.
Perhaps. Potentially.
Fred, come on, Fred.
Yeah, he's just going to take the easy way to get through this. Yeah. I don't blame him at this point.
Oh, Flexi dying out there.
Died of unknown causes. I think we have to mark that out.
Yeah. Alright, so that was... Where was the entrance to Hookshot?
Oh, gosh. I didn't catch. I think it was East Side Death Mountain somewhere.
Okay.
But...
Yeah, because we saw it let out at the exit Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's right. So this this mini Moldorm cave is going to be no trouble for Freddie now.
Oh yeah, no. I was going to say
not with the hookshot in tow.
He's gonna put that to work, along with the quick swap as he found himself on the bow from the save and quit.
And Flexi did make it through, yeah.
Wow, very nice. Both players making that cave. Wow. Flips and fraud. We got the Ruby Rod. Wow.
That's a useful find. So that'll get Freddie up. I guess just to the hobo and Zora, which he could have used fake flippers for, but
sure. And possibly swamp.
Possibly swamp, yes. If they find... Did they find the dam yet?
Not that I've seen, but chat can correct us
no.
on that. I'm sure there will be hype.
So yeah, it's hard to call a lead in any randomizer because things will flip back and forth, inevitably. But Freddie does look like he's just a few minutes ahead right now. Just based on stuff he's covered that Flexi hasn't managed to yet.
Yeah, I'd say that's right. And just noticing as Flexi gets her hook shot too, what an opportune place for that is, because I think Freddie had plenty of bombs on him and took them out beforehand, but Flexi really needed that hook shot to get out of that cave.
Yeah.
But Hobo giving away his life savings.
Well, that's, I think we might see Freddie head up to Zora area now.
He's got the money for it. You may as well get it out of the way now. The only time that might be more convenient. And he's got the warp here whenever he wants to get to it.
Oh, but of course he's going to check the fairy cave first.
Got to be thorough in that regard. Oh.
The bow.
There you go.
Yeah, the bow was in the hookshot cave, and the fire rod and the flippers were both in the mini Moldorm cave. Mini Moldorm cave hiding at the bonk rocks behind Link's house.
Yeah, and hookshot cave was somewhere on Death Mountain that connected to the exit.
Not sure what Flexi was up to there, but...
She has found her hookshot key.
That's right.
Freddie finds the Chia house.
So it looks like Hookshot Cave was where the 7-chest cave would normally be in the light world.
Ah.
Yeah. So Flexi's got that, but is out of bombs, so she can't continue on through the back half.
That is unfortunate.
Fortunately, with the hookshot, she can still get to West Death Mountain again.
Indeed. Secret passage check from Fred. Just the fairy fountain.
That's the fairy fountain that's normally where their sanctuary is, this game?
I think so.
Yes. And Freddeh figuring out that if you kill a stunned enemy in this version of the seed, or in this seed, you will get some arrows.
Ah, right.
Huh.
And Vanilla Castle.
Who left a castle sitting right in the middle of the castle? That seems suspect.
While we have that cape, we still have no sword, so we can't just make a full clear out of this.
That's right, you can get all the way up to Aghanim and then get stuck by his curtains.
Yeah. Curse you, interior decorating! The most evil thing of all.
But Freddeh's going to be able to clear this basement, and I wouldn't be surprised if he went through the sewers to that single chest there.
Yeah, the only thing stopping him would be if he's not comfortable doing it in the dark, but if he found the old man earlier, I think he'll do just fine in the sewers.
That's what I'm inclined to think, yeah.
And Flexi in trouble here dealing with old arms. But does manage to get through.
Very good.
Apparently, I guess trying to farm bombs. And there goes the escape map, Amphros.
Yeah.
Just reading that chat and there it pops. But, so, Flexi finding some bombs that she wanted. Gonna go right back to that hookshot cave, and she's gonna be glad she did. Because that was where the bow was.
That's right. So,
jeez.
Where's Freddeh going to head now? Oh no, Flexi.
Taking the fall there, but luckily this has to be on the mountain somewhere, so she wouldn't be so bad.
In fact, that's exactly where she wanted to be.
Oh yeah.
Wrong door, Flexi, but... So it looks like Freddeh is heading over to the desert area, so that's 3 doorways, I think, as well as a check.
And Sahasrara.
And that is a great doorway to find.
A terrible one to forget.
That's right, Freddeh. I'm not happy about that single arrow either.
Yeah. By God! It's got to be Cain.
I suppose it does have to be Cain when you put it that way.
That was the Desert Great Fairy? Yeah. Ah.
Yes, that was Desert Great Fairy.
Now we've got a dam. Dam.
That
and Kapow, they need a hammer.
Yeah, but we still could see Freddeh go back and attempt the right side of Ganon's tower if he's really up for it.
It wouldn't be a bad move, not at all.
No, and there is a sword.
Yep, there in Agina's cave.
So this is turning into a great a great lead for Freddeh.
Ah. Yeah, really finding just a ton of pretty much always required items and always seeming to get them minutes ahead of Flexi at the moment, but anything can change as this goes on.
Yeah, in particular, as I mentioned earlier, Death Mountain's a very hard place to route, and we saw Flexi have a bit of trouble while Freddeh just ran through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, that was Powder on the Desert Ledge.
Now, did we see the Bat House anywhere? Or the Bat Cave?
Not that I know of.
So the Bat Cave might just be sitting under the pyramid in that case.
It could be. I think that is one of the few we have.
Flexi did not talk to what the spoiler logs call the generous guy. The guy in the center.
Oh no!
With the flippers.
Oh no!
That's... Oh no, Flexi.
Oh jeez, and Freddeh just got the mitts out of the wishing well. Through the waterfall of wishing.
This is gonna hurt Flexi so badly.
That's... Oh jeez.
In my own experience at least, I've missed those guys once in a run, and you never think to go back to those because you assume...
and especially when you walk in the room and you see that all the chests are cleared.
Yeah, you're not going to go back to talking to that guy. Oh no.
Oh, that's... Oh gosh. You hate to see that already in the run too.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. That's devastating.
I mean,
there's still the chance that she'll somehow manage to think of it, but I will say it seems incredibly unlikely at this point. As Freddeh gets his life lesson from Zora.
Gets his life lesson. He did pick up the Titan's Mitt, I think, at the Waterfall of Wishing.
Yeah, that's where it was.
So he's going to just keep moving through Death Mountain.
Yeah. Oh, and he's going to be able to, plus minus some item requirements, he's very close to getting his flute.
Yeah, if he can just come up with the mirror somewhere.
Oh, yeah, duh. Never mind. He's right near the spot. That's got to be tempting.
Yeah.
I got so excited about it. I got so excited about it, I completely forgot. No, it could be here.
It very well could be.
And that would be something.
So, I see chat discussing if Flexi will end up needing those flippers.
Yeah, there's still a chance they're not required, but it's...
There's a chance.
Because so far, Hobo didn't give anything. There wasn't anything on Zora Ledge. Oh, depending on where the hammer is.
That's right. And, of course, depending on if Swamp is required, but also, I think, critically, depending on if she fake flippers to get into the Waterfall of Wishing.
That's true.
Because there's no way the Titan's Mid isn't required, as far as I can tell.
And only in full can it kind of left out because of the way the dungeons keep.
Yeah.
But yeah. So,
she can fake flippers to the Ice Palace location, so that should cover her for most things, but
yeah, Swamps.
Oh, so we are getting a map check.
I completely missed it though.
And a Bombos on T-Rock.
Bombos on T-Rock, alright.
Oh, and while trying to pause the stream, I refreshed it, so I can't tell you anything other than T-Rock was a crystal.
Red Mill. And chat calling Swamp as Pennant, so it really could avert.
It very well could. I think at this point it's a question of, is Flexi willing to do the fake flippers, which is a pretty minor glitch, but
Right.
Not every racer is up for it, and we've seen some strong reluctance to sequence break in this tournament.
Yeah, but this seed has been something else, just shooting these racers off like a cannon.
Freddie, we can see that he stopped for a moment when he walked into that cave. That's usually because they're taking notes about something.
Right. Yeah, because it would seem that every time you find a place like that early, that it always ends up having something good you need to find later.
That's right.
And Dino, their hammer at the pedestal is, I'm pretty sure, completely impossible because of the number of dungeons that require it.
That's right, and in particular, we did catch that Swamp Palace was a pendant, so Swamp Palace needs the hammer, which many people often let slip their mind.
Right.
So it does sound like Skull Woods is a crystal dungeon.
It is.
So we slowly fill this tracker out. For those that don't know, if you listen to the background music, you can tell if it's a crystal or a pendant dungeon.
Flexi is hitting a roadblock here. We do have a pod at the back half of Skull Woods. Yeah, she just even doubled back into Ganon's tower to pick up the other two chests she left behind, hoping for him. And we've got Ryu helping us out with dungeon locations.
Thanks to him, I will update right now with that. So that just leaves the question of which Light World dungeon is a pendant, because the other two will be crystals.
Right. Serious Business saying Pendant Hera.
I'm curious how he thinks that.
Triple Factorio.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Thanks for the help, chat.
Yeah, shout outs to chat for that one.
Oh. Well, Flexi is picking up red mail there. So Freddeh can cover pretty much all of the Palace of Darkness while he's here. Again, if he's up for the Dark Rooms.
Right. Yeah, he'll only be stopped in the basement if he doesn't find the hammer.
Yeah, so that's potentially 5 items that he's going to come out with. One of which could even be the hammer, so I think he's increasing his lead. And I think Flexi might be stopping to check her notes right now.
It's just such a shame, too, because it's the...
No, Flexi, go up! Up!
The NPC doesn't have, like, an open state the way a chest does. And so, even if she doubled back, she'd go, okay, yeah, and might not even bother.
That's right. Freddeh now has to backtrack through the dungeon, because without hammer he can't advance, and without mirror he can't warp.
Right, and with red mail and good about 12 hearts, it's probably quicker to walk out at this point.
Yeah, that would take quite a while.
And yes, Jones and Flexi unfortunately missed the flippers in the mini Moldorm back, or no, that's not mini Moldorm, is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is with the generous man. And she got the 4 chests and didn't talk to the guy.
I mean, there's a cane there, but...
And I have a feeling this is going to send her back down the right side of Ganon's tower.
Yeah, I'm mildly surprised Freddeh hasn't gone there yet, but there are, of course, many things to do, including get the mirror.
And now we won't have to walk out.
Yeah.
Flexi finds her dam. And her sword. We feeling
I think that was just a key.
I think so. Got. And that was that compass?
I believe so. I didn't see a new item in his inventory.
Yeah. And I think the heart pieces show up, like in the lift. The nice blind bomb throw there. And using that twinkle to get around the maze.
Yeah, we can see the difference that having a sword makes when you're trying to navigate
this. And Ampharo's calling Red Shield in the Dark Horseshoe. Thanks, Amp.
The mirror was in the room with the 4 turtles.
Right.
Just 2 rooms east of here.
So we did the big chest for $20 and a warp out. But yeah, Flexi definitely making her way back to GT at this point. And with the equipment she has, I mean, it's pretty much the place you go.
Yeah, other than not going to where the flippers are, I don't think this is a bad play.
Yeah, I mean, for the state of mind you know she's in, like, I mean, she thinks she already checked him, so...
Yeah. And we'll see what she comes up with here. She may eventually realize she's locked without the flippers, but... Interesting choice to skip the tile room there.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd always clear the tile room just because Ganon's tower has so many chests and you're nowhere near gold mode. But
right. Big 20 in the big chest in Skull Woods.
And Freddeh's out of there. Oh, so he's going to go get his flute now.
Not a bad move. Really helps out with the mobility.
No, and it'll get him into the Mire area. And heck, even into the Desert Palace area, so.
Right, yeah, this is a double whammy in lack of the book.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to really put these 2 items together for quite the combo. Flexi does come up with the lamp now.
And a green potion and a second level sword, so...
Oh, wow.
Those aren't terrible things to find.
Yeah, so, I mean, we don't have any confirmation. I mean, the logic would have required the flippers, but if she can Jesus walk, she can get the mitts. As Freddie gets that flute, we'll see how quickly he goes to active, but I can't imagine it'll take too long.
No, I think he's just going to check the Tower of Hera first, see what he can do there.
True story, true story. Wow, pulling quite the dodge there, but
Oh no.
And Vanilla Hera. And she thinks this is maybe the play to make, but it's certainly her play to make with the loadout she has. So she'll be going right on back through.
Yeah, a shame that she'll go so far. But she is going to do the tile room now, at least.
I may as well. She was going to make the trip back anyway. And may yet be rewarded for it. If she can outlast the tiles. Oh no.
Oh, no, Flexi. So I haven't kept a precise count on Freddie's items.
He has a map and one item left, I think.
Okay. Was the lobby chest, that was the map, or?
Oh, I mean, he has the map remaining.
Oh, the map remaining.
Yeah,
okay.
He just picked up the big key was downstairs. He picked up the compass from the big chest, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And he's got the key. So Moldorm's holding something, or he's going to be hanging out for a bit.
I could use a break coming up. I'm sure he can, so.
Yeah. This has been, between the, just the sense of dread for what might happen to Flexi and the just onslaught of items at certain points in this run, it's been a real doozy. And he'll be making a trip to the basement.
I'm sorry about that, Freddeh. That one's on me.
Flexi outlasting the hand for a bomb upgrade.
And
sudden.
Gonna regain some health.
Yeah. Cumulatively, I believe that's basically a time save at that point.
Oh yeah. So it's interesting to look at the tracker at this point because, you know, Freddie's got the flute, he's got the mirror, and the flippers, but Flexi's up, you know, a level of mail, a level of sword. But that really doesn't show just how much difference there is between these two.
Right.
And I think even discounting the flipper issue, Freddie's been making incredible routing decisions so far.
Definitely.
Kind of always going just where he needed to be.
And on top of it, having, frankly, the better execution for it, too. And Tagrineth, I believe she's going to make her way to ice on us. Having the bow feels that getting to those 3 chests and potentially the big key to get the big chest, she'll be working on that.
Yeah, you can get to the ice Armos from the right side. So that's 4 chests still at the back there, if you count Bob's room. So we'll see if she comes up with anything, but...
Looks like we'll be getting the Village of Outcast check now. As Flexi makes it through the room she couldn't before.
Oh, very good. Very good for her. I'm kind of surprised to see that, you know, Freddeh's not doing Village of Outcasts until now, but he's had so many other great places to go.
Yeah, and they've been paying off too.
Yeah.
And Ice at Thieves. We got Steve's Palace or Ice Town.
I like Ice Town. That just sounds right as a name.
Going ahead to get that duck activated. Nice little time save there. He knew he was going to be in front of the Thieves Town, so he just does the mirror instead of running down to go back up anyway.
And looks like Flexi's having a bit of trouble pulling off the bonk on those pots.
Yeah, well, she had lifted them.
Mm-hmm. And then was trying to bonk off a Samaria block, which is harder to do.
Right. If I remember right, you don't get quite the distance off of that, do you?
No, and it won't necessarily bonk you back, as we saw happen.
Right. Oh,
but she's over there now.
Magic. Oh, and half magic, alright.
Well, that doesn't suck, for sure.
Yeah. I will say that I bet Fred will wish he had that as he goes into this dungeon, but he's been proving that he'll make quite good work of it. And even bailing on it now, just going for a quick pickup.
Yeah, you know, he can't actually finish it without the hammer. So,
you know, been so spoiled in all these other seeds getting the hammer early and spoiled so differently in this one.
Very differently.
I'm going with the rod strats on the Armos on account of having that half magic. Pretty good move. As Freddeh finds himself in Blind's Hut. A fitting place in the Village of Outcast, I suppose. The sword upgrade there, and Quake in the Armos.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I missed the fourth thing on Freddie's.
It was, I believe, uninteresting, as I call them. Oh, it was a heart container, so it wasn't useless. So Flexi does have Quake, but I think we saw the T-Rock medallion already and saw that it was Bombos, so that won't necessarily help.
Yeah.
Mirror was in the Palace of Darkness.
Right, in the Ninja Turtle room, as they call it. Freddeh finding big prize money.
Mm-hmm. Do you have to get all the crystals in Entrance Shuffle? Yes. The goal is still collect 7 crystals, defeat Ganon. It's just a question of where are those crystals actually hiding?
Oh no, very quick digging game.
That was very quick. Was it just money?
Yeah, just 50 rupees.
Oh. So Flexi's making her way backwards through the sewers. There is one chest there.
Yeah, if you've got the key for it, you may as well.
Mm-hmm.
Stumpy giving out a timely heart piece, getting Freddeh up to another container.
That's right.
Didn't see what Flexi got there. but perhaps unimportant.
I'm being reminded that not only do you need all 7 crystals, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
There's the hammer for Freddeh.
Hammer in the South Grove spot. Oh boy.
But yeah, I'm being reminded that you need to beat Aga 2, as well as get all the crystals in this mode. And there is, I think, a split mode where you only need the crystals, but not Aga 2.
And Meyer at Swamp. It seems like a fair trade.
Yeah. So I think we're going to see some more Dark Room action from Freddeh as he clears this.
Right, not having his lamp yet.
But everything else is doable here.
Indeed. Flexi making another, I guess I have to do this play on Agony.
Yeah, and she really doesn't have to do this. This is unfortunate to see.
Indeed.
So AA pointed out that in this seed you actually had to go into pod twice. You had to go into pod just to get the mirror, and it was only with the mirror that you could get the hammer to come back and finish it.
That is correct, yeah.
And that's we're seeing a few of those.
Yeah. Yeah, the one we see that the most with, just because of the sheer number of chests, is, of course, Ganon's Tower. Sometimes 3 trips can be required in that, and it's just absolutely absurd.
Yeah, but Freddeh's going to make it now with only 1 real trip that he had to do.
Yeah, I think so, because he found only keys on the first trip, and obviously they would have been accessible in any case.
Yeah, he didn't go past the first couple rooms, so I'm not going to count that against him.
Yeah, not at all. And that's right, JLZ. We are in Simple Shuffle. This is a second round lower bracket. Big key for Freddeh there in what I feel like is, and people will begrudgingly say that it ends up vanilla the most, but I really do see it in that little, the double blue block chest. I don't know what's there.
Well, I don't see it there. I see it at the vanilla location the most. And I'm not just saying that. That is actually what I...
Oh, no, I mean...
So, looking at what he's got right now, Freddeh's actually very close to go mode and potentially in it. It's just a question of what's in Meyer, I think.
Yeah, and also what's in Desert.
That's right. Well, he can get into Desert now.
Right. But he can't get into Turtle Rock if Desert is there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so he's very close, and I think I saw somebody drop the Schrodinger's Go mode meme earlier.
Yeah, this is why I mention it, because if he doesn't need any medallions, he's ready to go and finish this game. If he does, he could be hunted for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's a strange state to be in when he's only cleared 1 pendant dungeon so far.
Right, and also not even an hour in.
Yeah.
If it comes down to it, we could see a run to rival Pika Pal's run from last weekend.
That was an exciting one.
Yeah, he put in something like a 143, I want to say.
144, 145, yeah. I remember it was the tournament record. I was very happy to be commentating that.
That's right, you were.
And I'd be very happy if I got to do that again. I think the current SRL record for randomizer is an hour and 42. So.
A minute, that'd be quite randomized. I spawned in the Triforce room. It was weird.
Yes. I glitched. I shouldn't have. I'm sorry.
Freddeh doing one of the more frustrating dark rooms here. As Flexi takes down Aga 1.
So that'll get Flexi a lot of Dark World access that she didn't actually have so far.
It's true, and so she will get around to a couple of different places. And some places that I guess maybe even Freddeh hasn't been yet. But a vanilla heart piece there on the pyramid.
Yeah, and so I guess it'll just be a matter, or we shall see, does she actually need those flippers, or can she, in a roundabout way, still get through this without them?
Yeah, it's going to be a doozy.
So Freddie's making his way through the second dark room.
Right, trying to get that, oh.
Or third, I should say, but...
Yeah, no fairies there. Oof. We'll come back with the lamp.
Yeah, well, we do know that's available to him right now.
Definitely. Flutes away. He forgot to walk past this portal, I guess? I'm not sure.
Oh, that's right. There was something back in here. No, just Sahasrahla. I mean, I don't want to tell the runners how to play since they're running this, and I'm only talking at them, but I'm not sure fluting to 7 was the right choice for Freddeh there.
Yeah, the only thing you can think of is if he took a moment too long after having accidentally gone up.
Oh, definitely could be that, or... But this is, of course, just a sarcastic knock at him. I'm
sure, yeah.
I'm very impressed by his routing.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
That's right. He can go do this now.
And it's a real good move. There you go. Replenish those bombs. And there's the 4th sword. Which actually, yeah, Freddie's gonna see butter as soon as he gets through right side GT.
Yeah, if he goes to right side GT. Depending on when he tackles GT, he may not actually need to full clear it.
That's true, and they may elect not to.
But the difference between Amber, or Tempered and Butter swords is much smaller than the others, I'd say.
Oh, we had the medallion check, and I missed it.
That's okay, we'll catch it on the restream in just a second.
Oh, it was Quake.
It was Quake, which I think we saw hiding in Ganon's tower.
Right. As we find the good half of Ice Cave.
Well, good is a very subjective term.
Yeah, and the green icicle. Flexi brings Kiki. Freddeh finds the treasure game, which is just the bomb game, apparently.
So there's... I guess Freddeh can complete any dungeon he can walk into at this point. I think he's just scouting a bit of the overworld while he's in the area to pick up anything he can.
Yeah, might as well. Flexi finding her way into Eastern at the pod slot.
Which I guess we haven't seen so far.
As far as I know.
So that is Turtle Rock, sitting at Desert.
Oh.
That'll put Desert at Turtle Rock.
Indeed.
Which means they are going to need Bombos to finish this game. So we're going to take Freddeh solidly out of go mode. I think.
Indeed. Yeah, we have no idea where it is.
That's right, and it could come up anywhere, including locked behind the flippers somewhere. So.
Right, and so we know that Swamp Palace is actually at Ganon's Tower now.
That would be right, because it has to be a pendant in Ganon's Tower if Ganon's Tower isn't there.
Right.
Does that mean book could be in pedestal? Yes, it does. Oh, there's the mushroom for Flexi.
Yeah. Interesting item to find. Has limitless potential to either hasten or slow down your run.
Yeah, fortunately they at least know where the witch is, so they can do that pickup.
Yeah, having that potion shop right in town is super nice.
That's right, Big Cricket. If anything required is blocked by the pedestal, either at pedestal or gotten through getting the pedestal, then they're going to need all 3 dungeons, including Swamp, which necessitates flippers.
Right, so at this point, the pedestal dream is virtually dead.
It is in trouble, certainly. Oh, that's right. Nothing can be on the pedestal. Pika Palace is correct. Nothing useful can be on the pedestal anymore because Ganon's Tower can't be entered until you've got all the crystals.
Right, and we have just a mountain of requirements to get into each of our crystal dungeons, it seems.
That's right. You don't entirely need Ganon's Tower to be in its vanilla location for the pedestal to work, but the only way it doesn't have to be is if it's in the Misery Mire, and there's a couple of other very strange edge cases that I'm sure one of the devs or the power players is about to post and correct me on.
And another bottle, almost.
Flexi's second Armos fight going much better than the first.
Indeed. Surprise Pie, I appreciate your username to go with that comment. Bombo said Bombo's tablet. It would be a surprise. And that's right, Terragaea, no Sitkin yet. Or Terragaea.
Yeah, despite getting a bottle at the very start of the run, like within 2 minutes or so.
Yeah. And so we have, in our last 2 dungeon locations, Ice Palace and Mire, are going to be Skullwoods and Thieves Town, both of which are crystals. So those myths at this point, more than required.
Freddeh making it through the other dark room there with no trouble at all. Eastern Palace dark rooms are, of course, the easiest by a long shot. But
absolutely. I'm getting great RNG on the ballroom.
Balls? What balls? He's not worried about those.
Bomb shop at Dark Sank. potentially a game changer yet.
Yeah, if we saw something like the Bombos hiding in there, or hiding under the pyramid, I should say.
Right.
I'm a bit sad that this is just the way Entered Shuffle works. That large bomb is so rarely required because there's no guarantee that the pyramid will actually have any chests in it.
Right.
Let alone good chests.
And a vanilla bumper cave? Or I guess it's reversed because she had the bumper end of it.
That's right. She still could have gone through, but it would have dropped her out right on top of there.
Right, and for 20 rupees, no big deal. The only reason to check that cave at that point is just to see if it's one of the 2 ways with chests.
Yeah. Where was Tempered? Now that's a very tricky question because...
Yeah, we are playing progressive, but...
swords are everywhere.
Yeah, we had Nagina's Cave Sword, Ganon's Tower right side, the Bombable Hut in Village of Outcasts, and then at the Smith Drop slot were the 4 sword upgrades. We do see Freddeh going left side GT now.
Mm-hmm. Flexia looks a bit lost in Skull Woods right now, but she's got the Fire Rod, so she could finish off. She could go through a lot of this area if she needed to.
Yeah, it's... I just can't help but feel so frustrated for her.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Freddeh picking up that bug net, which if he goes up the tower, then you wonder if you'll see some swag.
I hope we'll see that.
Yeah. This is a very different seed from our view than it must be from Freddie's, though, where he's seen... Well, I'm sure he's confident in his routing and everything else. You know, he's seen just where certain items are and knows that his opponent will be finding them too. We happen to be in the rare case where his opponent has missed one of them, but you wonder if he thinks he's in the lead right now. There was Book.
There was Book indeed.
But who was Phone?
Jeff. Jeff was Phone. I talked to him about it yesterday. Yeah.
I appreciate the clarity.
Yeah, he wants to apologize for that.
Oh, you caught me off guard with that one.
I'm happy to do so.
There we go. Left side GT having the 4th bottle. We are just finding all of the multi-items.
But going back to what you were saying earlier, if you're Freddeh at this point, you must think you're in the lead by a bit at least, because he's made so many great decisions that paid off. He hasn't had a lot of dud checks, and his execution's been on point.
Absolutely.
I mean, you're probably always still worried about what your opponent's doing, but he's probably confident that he's at least not losing the race.
Right.
So Flexie's having a bit of trouble pulling off the Skull Woods bomb jump here, but...
Oh, skipping the last chest even. I guess he really just feels like, well, I've got it, so I can go everywhere.
So good thing Bombos wasn't in there.
Right. Yeah, Can't imagine Flexi isn't growing tilted at this point. And Amp, we saw Bombos was needed for the TR entrance, which we know is Desert Palace at this point. Which, of course, being the crystal, makes that very, very required. Yeah, and I don't know if it was Freddeh who gleaned that information for us, or if it was... Or, well, it had to be Freddeh, never mind. Flexi had no way of possibly getting there. Yeah, this really does come down to a bit of a, for intents and purposes, a mistake, because that is a remote chest.
Yeah, we could call it a gamble, but it's a very big gamble to be taking.
Definitely.
When you're that close to having things done.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. He has to have been forgetting. He is going to clear this right side as well. And gets his lamp.
For all the good it will do him now.
Yeah. Well, and the butter sword. Which actually, as he goes in to do the other 6 crystals, that's gonna
make it very easy. And yeah. Freddeh does still need the lamp, or it'll come in handy for Misery Mire and T-Rock. Right. So, right. Oh, I'm sorry, he doesn't need to do T-Rock, but and the basement and pod. So.
Oh, getting rejected by the beetle there. Oh. Flexi... I'm gonna be able to find her mirror here.
Yeah, she'll definitely be able to do that, but I think the big thing that the mirror gave was access to the flute, and without Dark World Death Mountain, she can't do that. She can get the hammer, but...
Right.
And it looks like Freddah's going back into the basement to recollect that one chest he missed.
There he goes, yeah.
I don't know what he's doing in Bob's room if he's not. And today I've learned that the Isomermos will respawn.
Yeah, every time you go into that room.
And he might be out of arrows, but Butter will make short work of these guys.
Yeah.
Maybe. as he chases the Armos around.
That jumpy one's a real pain. And you may as well go get that one, guy. Go get it. Go get the big chest. You gotta do that.
Can you still get free Mountain Dew from the ferry? The ferries, if you throw a bottle in, I believe they'll give you a random result. So It's not necessarily the green potion. Could be blue potion, could be a bee, could be a fairy.
There you go. You got your full round of disappointment there, Freddie. But at least you were there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he's going to go into the basement to... No? He's going to need some arrows if he wants to go upstairs.
Think there's a drop in the first room?
I would hope so.
Oh. Yeah, if it weren't for the butter sword, he was going to have the mirror out of there. Oh. Use your rang. Use your rang. Oh, man. Oh, no.
Flexi getting off the death warp intentionally, just to get back to the entrance a bit faster.
Right, not quite yet finding your mirror to obsolete that maneuver.
So AA is pointing out in chat that the stun enemy prize is arrows here, and Freddeh might know that. So what that means is if he boomerangs or hook shots a soldier and then kills it, he does always get 5 arrows dropped.
Yeah. That'd be the thing to do.
But Eastern Palace is also full of arrow drops, and that might be what he's going for here.
Yeah, I think he is forgetting his stun drop.
Well, there's the mirror for Flexi.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, this is not the conventional way to upgrade or replenish your arrows, but there's no question it'll work. So. No, it is not Vanilla Eastern. It is Eastern Palace, where the Palace of Darkness would be.
Correct. You can tell by the skull pots that it's in the Dark World, but other than that, those two entrances are pretty easy to confuse.
Especially when he just steps out the front door and then seems to go back in.
Right. Making a much smoother move through this room this time. Bunching up his mimics.
And Flexi has finished with the Palace of Darkness. Not having the hammer, she's not going to be finishing, or able to complete it right now.
Right. And as Amp pointed out earlier, that is the gag on Pod this time. Get the mirror, use the mirror, get the hammer. And it may not be over then. Who knows what Helmasaur is holding?
Could be Bombos even.
Oh, goodness. Swallow the Bombos to get in the desert.
I feel like if that's the song we're going with, a bee belongs in there somewhere.
Well, I mean, how else are you going to beat Ganon?
Mm-hmm.
And Freddeh hitting up the safety room, the one place where they, in the vanilla game, they do actually require a bonk if you want to access it.
That's right. Neither runner has checked at what's in the Ice Palace location normally. We know Ice Palace is in Thieves, but Ice Palace could be holding... what did you say it was?
Down the Skull Woods and Thieves Town. And we're waiting on Bombos or the Ice Palace check to find out what's in Mire.
That's right.
Freddeh gamble with the arrows.
Actually, I believe it was Quake unlocks the Mire area.
Oh, right, yeah. Ooh, Freddeh getting so close to that spike trap.
Whew. He's got a couple fairies in his bottles.
Right.
But still a bit nerve-wracking.
Right. And all for a heart, too, which would have just been... poetic in the worst way. Oh, I'm just missing that third land mola.
If there were 3 Moldorms coming out of the ground, I would be panicking and probably not playing the game anymore. But aside from that close brush with the spikes, Freddeh's making a good run up through the tower.
Absolutely. Yeah, very strong gauntlet, making great work in the 2 Wizrobe rooms. Those are just so fun to see with the cane when you do them right.
That's right. When I learned that you could use the cane to clear those rooms, I was mad at myself for never thinking of that before.
The cane is such a weird item. Like, it's almost hard to believe they actually put that into a Zelda game. And so I often forget what it can do until tournaments like this, where we've seen Blind taken down almost in tandem with it in one of the
That
races.
was incredible.
Oh, that was such a good one. These Wizroom rooms, we had Flexi trying to get the bonk with the block earlier. I'm not sure if that's actually a real mechanic. But yeah, it ends up just being such a wild item.
And yeah, chat, I totally agree. Because it comes up so near the end in vanilla, you never get the chance to think about what it can do.
Right.
And that's, for me personally, that's why I find randomizers so refreshing, is you get to see all the ways these mechanics interact.
Yeah, I'd say that's definitely the best part. Is just revitalizing those otherwise stale parts of the game. Actually, my favorite use of the cane, I think, though, has to be the dash. Like where you item dash with the cane, and that does actually pop up in places where you can do it in vanilla, which is fun. In the dark rooms in Mire, in that penultimate room of Turtle Rock. Of course, I can't pull it off myself. Freddie just missing a triple. I think that was a 2-2-2.
Still a very quick fight.
Oh, absolutely. We got Flexi going for the Ice Palace bomb jump now.
So she's going in deeper than Freddeh did. He got one chest and then got the heck out of there.
Right.
So,
and she does pull off her jump.
She does, yeah. So she might come up with something, but it's not looking like there's anything to help. And that's a bad fall.
Right. As Freddie does find the tomato soup at the pyramid drop, finding his mad batter and 50 rupees. Somebody put rupees in the soup. I'll go up and make his pyramid item check. Discard it.
That's right. I guess he hadn't been over to the pyramid until now.
Indeed. Looks like we're gonna get that Ice Palace slot check.
And either way, Freddie's just going to go in and clear it right away, I think. There's nothing holding him back.
V600, we had one glove upgrade in the escape, like the back half of Sanctuary, and then the second upgrade was found in the Wishing Well slot. I forget exactly what was there, but it included the mitts. Of course, that leaving the problem for Flexi Bunny that she missed her flippers in the Moldorm Cave, which was at the Link Bonk Rocks.
That's right.
Yeah. But she missed them all for the Generous Man, so even if she went back to look, she might not readily think of it. So we had Thieves Town at Ice Palace, which means we got Skull Woods at Mire.
That's right, and we're going to see Freddeh do a full clear of here.
Oh, absolutely.
I think there's one chest that's not on your direct path through this dungeon, and given that he's still looking for Bombos, he's going to go out of his way to check it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, finding this right now is really nice for him.
Yeah, thankfully this is still one of the fastest non-go dungeons.
Looks like Flexi took a fall in the possibly a death warp in the walkway room with the fire swinging.
Ah.
I mean, she could have mirrored out, but this gives her all that health back.
That's what I would think. Oh, an E-Tap dropping in a clip of some great cane feats from Christos Owen.
I'm going to have to check those after. I'm entertained by the idea of anything involving field goals. Is this game one between these two? This is game one and also the final game. In this tournament, all the matches are just best of one. So Flexi Bunny will not have a chance for a rematch.
Freddie giving his girl the run around, trying to get over to that big chest. As Flexi laments not being able to get over to the Dark World blacksmith spot. And yeah, I guess ridiculously serious, that might be why Blind gets so upset here, is that Link was busy chasing after a bigger chest.
Freddeh making good use of the red mail and not so stellar use of having the butter sword upgraded.
Yeah. Yeah, solid fight. One that can come in at just about any stage of the run, and if you don't quite ace it, you end up having some trouble. Flexi gets her hammer now, so it's going to allow her to make some more progress, but as we see on the right side, that she's not going to be able to finish this without the mitts, as Freddie puts them to work on both sides.
Yeah, for Flexi's sake, I was hoping that earlier in the race there would have been some point where the mitts were actually the bottleneck, where
right.
she wouldn't have been able to advance without getting those, and so she would have had to start rechecking things. And that got less and less likely, and when she went to a Ganem, that opened up the whole Dark World and they couldn't stop it.
Yeah, now she's got such a wide breadth of places to check that it would just be completely overwhelming to go to track down, oh, did I get this or that? But Sports Hefe pointing out that there is one last, whatever the opposite of a bastion would be, of hope that the flippers aren't required. Or, well, if they were required, it would be to get, say, a Bombos from the Dark World shopping mall. Because that is one place you cannot fake flipper to.
And how is that a bastion?
Well, that's what I'm saying, the opposite. Yeah, I don't know what the word would even be.
Yes, if that happens...
But it is a looming omen, perhaps.
Yes.
Very nice Malfula Freddie here. for the circumstances, being able to put that red mail to... Well, actually, no, it doesn't help with the spikes. Alright, we're up to 3 crystals for Freddeh.
And looks like you might go back to the swamp area, which I think was the Palace of Darkness.
I have Meyer in there.
That sounds right, because I wrote nothing down.
Alright. Yeah, because I think Pod was in the back half of Skull Woods.
That's right. Pod's in the back half of Skull
But
Woods.
he actually drives north instead, getting some bonks.
Mm-hmm. And Flexi is having a bit of trouble in Meyer specifically.
Right. And Sports Hefe, he just left Skull Woods at the Meyer slot.
That's right. Thieves was in Ice Palace.
Right, and that was right before he went to the Meyer slot, and he made quick work of Blind.
2 very quick dungeons. I do not blame you if you blinked for a second and lost it all.
Yeah, especially Skull Woods, when you can just march right in. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, he's really powering through this.
This is almost the full game in Go mode, with the exception of that Bombos.
And we do know that when he gets back to Meyer, that all he has to do is get down the basement, use his lamp to have a better time of things, and then go to work on Vitreous, which with half magic, a cape, and butter sword, along with boots, I'm guessing he'll pull cape charge strats, but...
I'm really hoping he does. That's one of my favorite strategies to see.
Yeah, I might have been talking with you about how that is just a cathartic way of dealing with that fight.
Especially after a day when you've done another seed and you had to fight Vitreous with the fighter sword.
Yeah.
And that was another incredible fight we saw in this tournament.
Indeed, that was absolutely amazing. I'm trying to remember, was that Zarby?
I can't recall.
Yeah, or maybe it was Pika. I know Pika was putting on a clinic in his run, obviously.
I think we've seen a couple of races where fighter's sword or other low gear was needed for fighting Vitreous. And yeah, it's cathartic to go back. Just wreck him with the cape.
Yeah. Actually,
so
Freddeh going through to get yeah.
And between the 2 of them, we've now seen both items coming out of Meyer, so Freddeh should be able to go to the end.
Right. Yeah, Sundark. Anything that is in a chest or out in the open or picked up off of a boss. So, all of them. We've got chests with rupees and arrows and bombs. I guess one of the things that's sort of unconventional that makes it into the pool is the set of capacity upgrades. So if you see a little golden arrow or bomb with a +5 or 10 next to it, those are the upgrades that you normally basically purchase from the Pond of Happiness on Lake Hylia.
Yeah, there can definitely be vanilla locations. There's nothing stopping that, but it is so surprising when it happens that it feels just as random.
Indeed.
And in fact, when you see something like the bow in the Eastern Palace in its vanilla location, that's something you don't search for until the end, often, just because you don't want to go into a dungeon necessarily unless you have the gear to clear it.
Right, that is one of the interesting aspects of getting vanilla locations with this, is often the way, as you were mentioning, the way the game's designed, they give you the item right before you need it. And so you just go to the dungeon because you know it's there. But here we go. Charge! And again. Well, I think he killed, what, 8 of them at once on that the one big charge?
Yeah, this is what I like to see.
Yeah.
Nice, clean fight.
Bravo. It's absolutely blasting. And Lude, with that equipment, Vitreous is just that easy.
That's right. I think Lude was one of the racers who had to go through that fight earlier.
I believe so, now that you mention it.
And
I'm
my
sure he'll be
sympathies to
sure
you.
to confirm. But let's get that Bombos check.
I'm with whoever in chat was saying it's got to be Bombos at Bombos.
Yeah, get the vanilla swirl coin. Oh, Lude, I'm sorry. And not quite Bombos at Bombos, but
bombs. So Flexi is employing a similar strategy. Not doing the dashing, unfortunately, but she'll still get through this easily.
Indeed. We are going to get our drug deal, as they call it. Oh no. And he'll have to pick a different door to
yeah.
escape this on. Or I guess a screen transition.
Oh, and it's gonna warp to the Dark World while he's here, just to get that portal.
Can't blame him.
Oh, he's really gonna put off getting that mushroom now.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, when you're up here, you should abandon the old plan and just go with what's fastest, but...
Yeah, I guess you got to. And I guess at this point, when he's on just a crystal get, then, yeah, there's no harm. It's not like he's going to end up distracted by anything. If anything, he'll end up finding Bombos somewhere else in this dungeon and not need to go back for it.
In theory, I think you might have cleared everything out of this spot already, but...
Maybe so. I admit I did not count.
Oh, but I didn't either. I just... A healthy dose of gut feeling of he was in here a while.
For sure. Got various Bombos branded products cropping up in the chat now. We've got the Bomb OS, Bombos, the complete breakfast.
I have enough trouble with computers day to day. I'm not sure I want to put a bomb as my OS.
Sounds like something out of a Portal.
It certainly does.
Maybe Mission Impossible. Is that how the message is self-destruct?
I'm sure we could see that in the next movie. So I think Flexi is possibly retracing some steps at this point. She might have.
Good on her.
She might have started to run low on other locations she can see.
You know what she might be doing as well? Making her a check.
That's right, she has the hammer now, so that's an option. She did see the flute. She knows it's there, but she doesn't have the mitts, so she won't be getting into the Dark World.
Correcto.
Well, I say that as she enters the Dark World. She won't be getting into East Death Mountain Dark World.
Right, right. It's Freddie trying to get the side reach after getting bodied by Helma, but Gold Sword makes it all too easy. Replenishes what would have been some arrows spent in perhaps a different seed.
All right, so hopefully now we're going to see Freddie convert on that drug deal, as well as probably go through and clear ice.
Yeah, it seems like it will be the next play, but he's got something else up his sleeve.
I think he just might not have checked some of these spots before now.
I don't remember him being here.
Yeah, I mean he had so many dungeons available for so long, and he was right to be clearing all of those. So
Indeed.
Only now is he making his way to North.
Yeah, that is the name of the game with this, is if you can get the crystal, get the crystal.
Absolutely. That's you don't win by opening all the chests. You win by getting all the crystals.
Yeah. The sort of corollary to that then being, of course, the maneuver we saw Freddie pull earlier. If you can beat Aga 2, clear GT, do it. Just as soon as you can, do it.
So we're seeing a bit more lag from Flexi's side. I've seen a couple people in chat asking. That's just an issue with her stream, probably an internet issue. But as long as she keeps streaming, we keep going.
Indeed. And looks like Flexi will be going for Ganon's Tower. Freddie recalling his Spike Cave.
That's right. Now that he has the hammer, he can go ahead and clear that.
And again, an excellent bit of routing from him, as you were pointing out earlier. He's just been absolutely spot on. We had wondered, well, why go north? If nothing else, because there were even Light World unfinished ends. In Invisibor, we had flippers at the Generous Man of the mini Moldorm Cave, which was in the slot behind Link's house. Flexi went through, got 4 chests, and forgot to talk to the guy. And so that is essentially the deciding factor in the race. And Cobra, that's correct. He's looking for Bamos to get into the Turtle Rock slot to go to Desert. And I suppose picking off these various locations first in order to avoid having the full clear Ice Palace. And they did check Hobo. I want to say he had money.
50 rupees, I think.
And there we go. Getting a shovel. Oh boy.
So a fetch quest from a fetch quest.
Yeah, Coper, she killed Aga 1 because she needed Dark World access somehow. The hammer was mirror locked. The mirror was in Pod, which was in a Dark World slot. Yeah, it was in the back of Skull Woods. and the first glove upgrade was virtually free. The second one is in the Waterfall Wishing Cave, which need the flippers, which are in the bonk rocks behind Link's house, that she just didn't pick up from the Generous Man.
Wondering if Freddeh is uncertain about the Smith location.
Yeah.
He has been taking notes, so I expect he'll find it pretty quickly.
It seems like he's going right to the place.
Yeah.
So, might have just been a switcheroo.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
Yeah, and Cooper, you're about to get your confirmation. There it is. Were we forging this shield?
Oh,
okay. That's nice. So that's all 3 shields, of course, as we see that. We had one in Link's house, one in Pod, and one at the Smith's. Geotoaster, as I read your name, I realize we have the butter sword and perhaps the toast shield. The Texas toast.
Now that I see that, I'm not certain I can get it out of my head.
Yeah, I mean, if it had not been for his nickname.
Mm-hmm. No, Freddeh is still not in go mode. Freddeh needs the Bombos medallion to open up Turtle Rock and get into Desert Palace. So that is still what he's looking for. And that's been the only thing between him and go mode for, I'd say at least half an hour.
And Dino pointing out that, yeah, we do know where Mimic Cave is. By the lake in Light World, the fortune teller, as Flexi continues her ascent. Oh no, sorry. Not realizing that Atkins Sports were making an exchange there. But yeah, Desert is at Turtle Rock for sure, requires Bombos for sure. It's all good, Ak.
Simple shuffle, yes. This is still on simple, not on full. Once you enter full shuffle, these rules, of course, just go out the window.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen a full shuffle match yet, so I'm curious to see how that plays out.
Oh, they are something else entirely. Item requirements are essentially as randomized as the map is at that point. And you can get seeds where you don't need mitts. You can get seeds where you won't run into a sword for just forever.
Yeah, I suppose mitts aren't actually used inside dungeons. I'm going to have to see some of these earlier, or other races.
Yeah, one of the things that always threw me off playing this vanilla as a kid was I thought the blocks in Thieves Town required the mitts, the big ones.
Oh, it would make sense. I mean, they're in the dungeon where you get the mitts.
Right, they're gigantic, and you can't move when you pick them up and all that. And not that that's unique to those rocks, but yeah. So watching these and finding out that you could get them with the power glove was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
My life is a lie. But you see Freddeh doing a very routine clear of Ice Palace. Not quite finding that Bombos yet, so really just on and on.
Yeah, and if it doesn't turn up here, he might be going into Turtle Rock to try to find it. I can't think of any other overworld stuff that's still open.
I will say I have not been as thorough as I hope Freddie has been in his note-taking, but yeah, at this point, I'm out of ideas. I guess they didn't check Ether Tablet.
They did not.
Just thinking of the Bamos experience earlier.
Unfortunately, there's no item called Eth in this game, so I'm not sure what he'll be finding there.
And so the
Yes?
Cooper, that is where GT slot holds Swamp Palace. And so yeah, you I think already understand why that can't be since you suggested it. But for anybody else, you need all 7 crystals to open the Gadon's Tower slot. So that's always a pennant dungeon. And can't contain anything to beat any of the crystal dungeons. Turtle Rock is that desert. I don't think anybody's really spent any time in Turtle Rock.
No, Fred stuck his head in the side, saw what it was, and said, it's not a crystal, I don't want to be here.
Right, and especially when you walk into that the mini laser room.
Yeah.
With the row of pots. And now that he's got the riot shield, he might go for it.
But that's an imposing thing to walk into.
In Bag of Olives, in theory, it can be. In this seed, we happen to know that they are. Yeah, we've got Purple Chest, as V600 points out. We've got the Ether Medallion. I guess looking at the site of it now, the Peg Cave as well, and we get an awesome Hammer Dash here.
Yeah, so there's still a number of places he can go before he has to run into Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I guess I was thinking of combined between the two of them. Flexi had only taken a look over here and lamented not having the mitts. But we see Peg Cave is useless. We've got the shovel spot, as Kirby's now pointing out, because he did get the shovel and not quite cash in on it yet.
That's right, the double fetch quest.
Yeah. They did do Mushroom. Mushroom turned out to be the shovel, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Hence you saying double fetch. Yeah, so that will be quite the ender on this if that ends up being it. And Gary handing over his buffet money.
There's a lot of money in that lunchbox.
Eh.
And yeah, they... you're right, surprised by they could go into the Fat Fairy Cave and possibly find the sick kid there.
It's true, sick kid's at large. Oh, man. Oh, Bamos at sick kid. Oh, jeez, Freddie hadn't checked this yet?
No, Flexi routed through here fairly early, but... Freddeh's just been hopping so quickly from dungeon to dungeon, I think a few spots got passed by.
Yeah. That was active, which he'd already cleared for an arrow upgrade. Have we seen the Dark Shopping Mall?
No. No, he hasn't been down there, and Flexi, of course, can't without glitching.
Yeah, so I was being quite remiss earlier to say that I couldn't think of anything
Well,
here we
as
go. Flexi taking down Aga 2.
I think she got something like a 3-1-2 on that fight. Actually, quite an impressive fight that we missed.
Indeed.
But, of course, without the flute to get onto the desert ledge, Flexi hasn't been able to get the powder, so she can't check the bat cave.
Right.
Or, I think it was a heart container. Or no, just some money in the soup.
I think so. And surprise pie, we did find the Fat Fairy Cave early on. I forget what was there, but both runners had found and gone through it,
I think that's where the hammer was.
That was the Waterfall Wishing Cave.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. She just went into the Moldorm Cave and then walked out.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Flexi. Flexi, go back, please.
Oh, gosh.
Someone bring in the Kool-Aid Man, because I'm just on the verge of saying, oh no, over
Right.
and over again.
Right. Oh, geez, that's gonna be, yeah. Because you know that's where she's at in her headspace now, for sure.
I think she might be checking all of Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, and she's gonna get all the way to Trinix.
Heck, if Ice Rod comes up, she may end up clearing this dungeon.
Oh, jeez. I wasn't even thinking about that, but it seems like it,
Now, of course, she might get stuck pretty early here. We have seen Turtle Rock do some trolly things when
that's
it
true,
expects you to come in from the other side.
It's true. And expecting the flute in the mirror at this point. We could see a Trinex Bombos, yeah. Sick kid at the shopping mall with $50. Said, "Can you go pick up my prescription?"
For those wondering why we call this the Dark Shopping Mall, it's because there are 3 entrances here, and a number of them usually end up being shops, including one right here.
Gosh, he didn't even pick up the prescription either. He just had to get that red potion for him. Unbelievable.
Well, Flexi got a key, so she can continue in for now.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, a big 20 in the big spot. Yikes. Alright, so we got the pegs, we got the purple chest, we got the dig spot.
Looks like he's going for ether now.
Solid play. Running out of overwhelm moves before he just goes clearing the other pennant dungeon he can get to. That being, of course, where Flexi is now. Tagrineth, she's gonna have to remember those flippers or get a Jesus walk down, though. She needs those mitts to get into 2 of the crystal dungeons. And having a little trouble getting to this book, thinking to go flute first. And we've got it! Bombos and Ether, the old tablet switch.
There we have it. Freddeh has entered
go
mode.
Pal. Fred needs nothing except to finish DP. And he's right here, right now. And skiffing, Blue Cane is great for taking down Blind in a pinch, but actually can be routed in as a requirement for the Laser Bridge, the Spike Cave, which is somewhat ironic because that's where you pick it up in Vanilla. I think that's it. I mean, it's good for some other combat uses, but yeah, this is gonna harken the end of Freddy's run as he's gonna make a quick run through a quick dungeon. Then head back to the Kakariko Well to face the Big Pig. There was nothing of use in Hera, was there?
Not that I can specifically remember.
I would call that then essentially his only routing mistake.
Yeah, and going through it was certainly still a good choice. When you're up there and the two chests are there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's only in retrospect that you can even make a call like that. But it is one of the quicker dungeons, and he was well equipped enough to finish it at the time, so.
So he is still checking a couple of locations. I expect that's just on the off chance he runs into the silver arrows.
Oh, that's true.
But other than that, he doesn't need anything, and we'll probably see a silverless fight out of him.
Yeah, I think at this point, we're going to find that those were tucked away in one of the pendant dungeons, or if they're on the Lamolas by chance.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended up in Swamp Palace at this point.
And did we miss Flexi picking up the ice rod? She is hell-bent on a Trinex fight.
No, we did not.
Alright, maybe she's just going for magic refill.
There is magic here, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and okay, she'll stop here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, there was an item on Lamolas, but it was just a big twin.
That's right, with all this magic, Flexi can find the silvers in the laser bridge.
Silvers on laser. Here we go.
So, Epi. Freddeh doesn't have the silver arrows. How does he beat Ganon?
Well, he's got to time your spin attacks with the teleports in the fourth stage. There's a moment right before he moves that he's vulnerable, and it counts for the damage of the sword on him. Because in the background, that is the way that the silver arrows do the damage to Ganon. You are able to hit him with the spin attack, and you avoid the freezing state, which nullifies the damage the sword would do. And so, it's I want to say, is it 6 with the gold sword? Or is it 12?
I haven't done it enough to know.
Yeah.
But those numbers are very good numbers. Either could be correct.
Yeah. I know that in general this fight revolves around a lot of 3s and 6s, and chat pointing out it's still 12. Fox giving us the full breakdown with a 6, 6, 4, 12. You get 6 to get him to start with the fire bats, 6 more to get him to stop, 4 to get him to the silver arrow stage. And missing that torch glitch is, as chat is already noting, a pain on this spin fight.
Yeah, but he's got the rhythm down solid. Ultimately,
Absolutely.
Doing this silverless is just a matter of knowing how to move so that the bat misses and you can still get that spin attack off.
Right. And I do think he does have a blue potion that he might have picked up even. It might not have been the original, but with the conveniently placed potion shop. Oh, green even.
Yeah, he knew he was pretty safe for this.
Yeah. And there it is, GG. Saved by the dew, the ecto cooler, the green goo, if you will. And a just absolutely solid run all the way through. Kapow might have seemed like less than 12. I'm not sure if you can double up on spins on that fight. I know you can double up on spins in a lot of cases, but yeah, definitely 12 hits to kill. We swap game audio. And we've got Freddie in already, so I'll move him over.
Bring him in, please.
Yeah. Freddie, GG, excellent run.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely impeccable routing.
Yeah, I got
uncertain.
really lucky with my early game. My play wasn't very happy for a lot of that game, but yeah, the early game routing definitely.
Yeah.
I knew I was ahead probably still, but
What was that?
I usually, yeah, I don't know. That was really fortunate routing early.
Yeah, and I mean the seed was absolutely pushing the items on you at first, and then there's a bit of a lull, but you worked through it expertly. By the end of it, it seemed like the only superfluous loop of your run might have been the trip to Hera, but even then, at the time, it was absolutely the smart play.
I mean, I was up there. I may as well do it.
Exactly.
That stupid Bombos location.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I was searching for Bombos
at the
for
wrong
so
tablet. Yeah, that was about the only lull in your run, but even then,
yeah,
absolutely exciting all the way through.
So, you want to know what happened at the Ganon Tower thing?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
I was
I forgot about that.
that I didn't need desert ore, because for some reason I always read Moldorm as desert instead of
right.
Hera. So I was looking like, okay, well, both of the pendants are desert and Turtle Rock, so I don't need the Turtle Rock medallion, obviously.
Right, you already had the medallion you needed.
So I got quick. I'm like, okay, I'm done. Then I look at my thing again. Wait a second, I already finished that. Oh no! Oh, I need combos. Fine, I'll go back and do it just in case it actually happens to be. So yeah, that was what happened there.
Yeah.
Then I ran out of arrows and had to go searching a map or so to try to see if EP had arrows anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
And good on you for making that second drop in to check on that, even if it meant fighting Ice Armors twice.
Yeah. I was a little worried after that.
Yeah. But looking like we've got Flexi in the chat too. Her mic is muted.
Yeah. There we
hey,
are. There's Flexi.
Hey.
Sorry, I had to.
That's all right. Hey,
Hashtag.
just an unfortunate turn for you on that run. Did anybody break the news to you of where the flips were?
Oh, you never found flippers? Oh no. Oh, I don't even remember where those were. I got those so early. I think those were in next
GG,
to
Freddie,
Link's
yeah.
house.
That's right.
Yeah, they were on the Generous Man in that.
Oh, GG, Flexi. That's very
Sorry,
unfortunate.
I just missed most of that. Where were the mitts?
The mitts were locked behind the flippers, which were in the bonk rocks behind Link's house. In the mini Moldorm cave.
Wait, what?
You had neglected to talk to the Generous Man.
Oh no. So you did it, but you
Oh,
didn't talk to the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, everybody watching was absolutely heartbroken when we realized, wait a minute, there were only 4 things that she got there. Oh no! And then to find out that the mitts were behind the Waterfall of Wishing.
Yeah, they were.
And then with the way the rest of the dungeons got slotted, they ended up being required to get to the Mire and the Ice Palace slot, so that was ultimately the undoing, but
Yeah, that's not.
yeah.
Behind the or can
Oh, you could have fake flippered there, couldn't you? To get to the mitts.
Yeah, would have been able to.
This wasn't, I guess, technically required.
Yeah, logically required, but
they were
execution.
they in Venus's cave?
That's
yeah,
right.
Venus's cave.
Yeah,
The mitts were.
I was gonna fake flipper, but then I died at the shopping mall and didn't go back because I'm like, I'll just get it when I do Dark Shopping Mall.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did all of that after getting flippers, basically.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
I don't
Freddie had
suppose
his
you ever
fun
found
around.
silver. Where were? Oh wait, you did find silvers according to the tracker? Where
She
were
did.
silvers at?
They were on Laser Bridge.
Oh, that's right. They were in Turtle Rock. I knew that. Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I never actually ended up going into Turtle Rock. That was the last location I was going.
Well,
bombos.
without the mitts, I was kind of like, wait, I want to get that flute, but I can't because I don't have mitts.
Oh yeah, without mitts you couldn't get to. That's why you didn't have the flute. Okay. Yeah, I went for the flute as soon as I got mitts, and then realized I forgot I never had the mirror, and then basically immediately went to Pod and got the mirror. Like,
Right.
Oh,
now I guess I'll go back and
went
get
up there with the mirror, thinking I could get it, and then I'm like, right, you need mitts, and then I tried to take my way around it, but no such luck.
Yeah.
Damn it! Oh, that's.
Yeah, an unfortunate turn on that one.
Did I just walk straight past the generous guy, or did I just fail to talk to him properly?
Hey, you must have just not talked to him.
Something like that, yeah.
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 Can you take a guess where Bombos was, though?
I don't even know what. I don't even know what
Oh, right.
ones I needed.
Right.
It was Bombos, and it was on Ether Medallion, Ether Tablet. I spent probably the last half hour looking for Bombos.
Yeah, that sounds about right. The only redeeming factor of that was the fact that then you could dash down the top side of the mountain to get the warp to hop into the location, but yeah.
Yeah, I think by that point I was pretty much at, I was checking places that were pretty much guaranteed to be items, because I'm like, I don't think there's any item locations left. I'd forgotten about Sick Kid.
Yeah, and most of us had too, and then you happened on him was like, oh right, bottles from the word go, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we ended up finding all 4 bottles among all 4 swords as what do you call Freddie? You got through all 4. But I think we actually had all 4 halfway through the run because you each picked
Would that
up.
miss Hourwix?
What was that?
Yeah, I had all 4 bottles cleared.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I use a potion, buy a potion, and catch 2 fairies and don't use a single. I was sad at that Mire death.
Yeah, in the dark rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pulling for you to get through that. I like to see runners get that. I like to see the ways that everybody lines that one up. I couldn't quite make out what you were doing with it. You usually go for the walk along the angle, it looked like.
I was kind of playing it by feel mostly. Usually what I do is I hook shot and then do it right off of that.
Oh, gotcha.
But that didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do it myself, so.
I've only done it once.
I see.
I did it like first try. My first try, I was like, oh, this is easy, no problem.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't work so well.
You
and then, of course, I got screwed by the spike room after that.
Right.
Oh, well.
But you both got to have some fun on that Vitreous fight, at least. Being well-equipped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Philian and I remarked that the cape dash strat is probably our favorite because...
It's a fun strat.
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's not technically faster than the spin strat, I still prefer the cape dash strat when I have it.
It feels so good.
Yeah.
I didn't even line it up right, though.
Well, I don't know. I know on the one charge you killed all but 2 of the eyeballs, so it seemed pretty efficient.
Yeah, you can line it up at a certain pixel to get all of them.
Did you find GT?
Try right away, basically.
Yeah,
I went there because he got boots that direction. I got those. I didn't go there like right away, but that was kind of after my Kakariko tour and all that.
I went there like almost immediately, and it's like, well, I can't really do anything in here though. Darn.
Yeah, I didn't actually end up going back in again in Tower till I had everything I needed to finish it.
Oh, I went back as soon as I found the cane. I figured there was probably something good at right side or in Ice Armos.
Yeah, and since Fire Rod was pretty easily gettable early, I think. Oh, wrong seed. This is the practice seed I was doing. Where was Fire Rod?
It was in the same place where the flippers were. In the,
that's right. It was in Bombo or Mini Moldorn Cave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which I think was you, Freddie, went in and first time had just run out of bombs on just the most, the trolliest dodge from the Trolldorn.
Yeah.
I gotta stop doing this. Like, just walking past one particular chest. That the last 2 times I did it, they had silvers, but
that's at least not necessary. But yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and then people laughed at me.
Well, if it's any consolation, there was nothing but sympathy from the chat.
Yeah, we absolutely are looking for it.
And I agree with them. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, but I didn't even need them. I could have faked it, except I never went that way.
It's okay, Zora didn't have much. It was just a life lesson.
Yeah, I know that. I got Zora.
Oh, you got Zora and never did the... Ooh. Yeah, I guess you could have lifted that direction. Go for catfish or something. Makes sense.
Yeah, I know most people like to fake flipper into the waterfall on the way to Zora, but I haven't gotten into that yet.
Yeah, I didn't have to fake. Yeah, I usually do fake flipper into once I get the Moon Pearl and I have enough money for Zora. I tend to do that pretty quickly.
So, looking at the tournament bracket, looks like Freddeh's next opponent is going to be Jay Coper, if I read that right.
Have fun with that.
That's gonna be a treat.
Better you than me.
It's okay.
It can happen to anybody.
He'll mess up something, and I'll get the quote-unquote easy Jay Coper. Don't hurt me, Jay Coper. I'll hurt you.
And as for other matches coming up, tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, Korek's going to be facing Krellbill. And on Saturday at 9 Eastern again, Amazing Ampharos is going to be facing Mikan. And that race at least is a full shuffle.
Indeed.
Yep, we don't have too many symbols left, I think.
No, they are mostly finished up. So it's going to be an exciting couple of days still.
Yep. It looks like Korik and Crubble tomorrow, and then Andy and Shorts on whenever they get that scheduled.
They are
the last two.
That's good.
And yeah, well, I'll be here again tomorrow for Korik versus Crubble, actually.
Still doing some.
What was that?
Come again, Flexi?
I think we've lost you, Flexi Bunny.
I think she was asking if they were still doing simple for the third round on the lower bracket or not. Which
I think that'll be full.
Yeah, I think they decided to go with full just to kind of even things out there.
That seemed to be the general consensus, yeah.
Yeah, basically win 2, get full shuffle.
Okay, thanks. Then is there any...
Yeah, we got Andy and Schwartz and Korik and Krelbel are going to be our last 2 simples. Then...
Simple.
Freddie, you'll have to prepare yourself for the wonders of full shuffle.
Oh, I've been doing some off and on when I get the chance. Practice.
Yeah, you feel ready?
I like full shuffle. Full shuffle's fun. I just need to make better notes when I do it.
It's definitely an absolute twister.
Or
I look forward to seeing
my
it.
notes.
Absolutely.
Just ignore
the
me
fun
going
part
into...
is when you start having to use your mirror to get to particular doorways.
Yeah.
To find that last
yeah.
Like, I think the best one is trying to get onto Bumper Cave to mirror to the Death Mountain escape.
Yeah, that's one that even a seasoned runner will forget. And with full shuffle, you can very easily find yourself unable to get up to Death Mountain otherwise.
Yeah, but with that, you have to find whichever two-doored cave will take you there in the first place, and you have no idea.
Right.
Yep. My favorite is the spiral cave in one of the old lady's hut in Kakariko, taking you to Death Mountain. So every time you want to go to Death Mountain, you have to take the spiral cave.
Yeah, until you get the boots, it's a real trouble.
Yep. Or flute.
Yeah. Well, any parting thoughts for the night?
Bring on full seeds? Question mark.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, that's about the enthusiasm, right? It's going to be a fun rest of the tournament, and want to thank you guys for joining us in the chat and watching. Thank our runners for a good race and for joining us for the interview.
Thank you for commentating.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout outs to Feasel, SMBI, putting the tournament together. Devs on the rando, obviously, helped make this happen. Everybody who's been helping out behind the scenes, whether it's pulling schedules together, filling in last minute on different things. It's a really awesome community we have going here. And if you're in the audience wondering, hey, how can I play this? If you hit the Bang ES in the chat, you'll get the link like this. And yeah, check it out. Get on the Discord. And we're always looking for more people to play.
It's a great community and one I'm happy to be a part of. So I'm going to just say what Epi said for all those shout-outs. There were too many to mention.
Yeah, those. I agree.
So yeah, thanks to everyone. And we will sign off here. And leave you to whatever it is you have for the rest of the night or day as it may be.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Oblivious for Philian, Freddie, and Flexi Bunny. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Night.